Hey everybody, Jay here. Just wanted to give you a little update on our move and how things are going. The trailer build's kind of on hold till we get moved now, which is only less than 2 weeks away. But I have a lot of stuff to get to the auction house. I got all kinds of equipment back here. Needs to go and get sold off. But other than that, things are going well. I did go inside the trailer and just make sure all my drawings that I did prior to this gets done properly.
Drawings by J Smith in your Apple Music library. You can ask for a radio station.
Dumb phone. But anyhow, who was hot in here? Like my original drawing that I did way back when this was just a thought. Here on the wall. So this is the trailer. The V nose up here. Up in front here is going to be storage and probably my mini split. And then I have the kitchen cabinets. Everything in green is 80/20 aluminum. Orange, these orange walls here are out of 1 and 5/8 metal studs. Only because 80/20 is so expensive that just to do these 3 partition walls, or actually 4 I guess, would have been about another $1,000 or so by the time it was all said and done. So as you see my scale here, green is 80/20 1 inch, orange is 1 and 5/8 metal studs, and the red bars are doors, and the yellows are windows, which are here. So this one here is going to be, I think, a barn door, and then a door here. The bed boxes here, they will also serve as electric on one side, water, tanks, pumps, and everything down here. The bed itself will be able to fold up into a couch. And so when it's down in bed mode, you'll see that it cantilevers over a little bit here, the bed will. But above the beds on each side, we'll have up in this area here, over the fender wells, will be bin boxes. So there'll be 80/20 framing up here, and then we have 5 cloth bins that are 15 inches wide, 12 inches deep, and 5 of those will fit across each side. So that'll be like our dresser. And then we have a linen closet here, just on the other side of that door in the back. And then a little sink over here, corner shower, composting toilet, and then a small little 18-inch garage area in the back. That's where the instant hot water heater will be on the other side of the shower, things like that. Up front here, if you see here, we have an area here that's been framed in, which I had Three Rivers do that for me. This will get cut out, and these panels then will be incorporated in the slam latch doors that I'm going to make for this area, because they're going to be made like a generator door, so they'll have ventilation up in here. And being how this is all aluminum, this whole area up in here is going to be sealed with rhino liner. So even though in travel mode, the grating and everything will have a slide over protector, but any water gets in here, it's really not going to hurt nothing. There's nothing in this trailer, as you can see, aluminum floor. There's nothing in here that can rot. Doesn't mean I want water penetration, but this area here is going to be sealed up from about here back. Be a wall going across here. As you see, the red line here indicates a wall. And then inside there will be hopefully the mini split if we decide to go that route. We just don't plan on being anywhere where it's too hot or anywhere where it's too cold, but you know how things happen. So we probably will prepare, because it'll have a heat pump and it'll take care of the chilly nights out in the desert and stuff like that. As you can see, we have very nice wide doors in this build. Easy in and out access of carrying stuff in and out. And of course we did opt for the barn doors in the back. We went back and forth on that. We don't plan on, pulling side by side in here, but, we are planning on, we have 2 e-bikes and we might be able to pull them in here, because right here, you'll see is a red here and a red here, and I plan on having a fairly wide, maybe even a little double door area that can open up, and then we can bring stuff in here and put between the 2 beds if we need to, just in case. I mean, might even, who knows, down the road want to get a 4-wheeler. I don't know. We really only want to do this one time. Now we do know I Ride Tiny House Adventures. They're on their 2nd build, and man, we really have learned and gleaned a lot from Bill and Deb, and wow, we have incorporated some of their ideas into this build, especially the shower, sump pump, and all that stuff, because everything is going to be inside this trailer just like theirs is. No tanks hanging underneath, no plumbing underneath, no wiring underneath. We did get the 2-inch lift on this build, just to keep the bottom of the trailer up off the ground. We do plan on, doing a lot of roads out in the boonies, so that's the whole idea. But if we're warm inside, then there's nothing that's going to freeze. We're good to go, So this was all framed in for Max Air fans. Now, I mean, they put these manual vents in here. I did say that I didn't want no vents and I would cut the roof out. Now I will have to, I know what it's going to be like trying to get that butyl tape and stuff off the roof, but I'll deal with it. That's okay. Because there'll be 2 Max Air fans going in there. Probably one of the first things that we're going to do. I wanted to do the mini split too, because it's going to be hot. We'll be down in Delaware in August, trying to build this thing out. So we'll make do. We're going to get her done. Probably might not be exactly done. My wife says as long as she's got a bed to sleep on and a place to go to the bathroom, she's good to go. So we might do some of this build out in Arizona in the desert this winter. Just wanted to give you a touch up, because I know really haven't had nothing to put up right yet. But I do hope you all stay with us. As you can see, they left the wood off the walls, because this is all vinyl. This is all vinyl wrapped wood. So we're going to go ahead and use that. We didn't think we would, but that's pretty nice stuff. So what the heck, we might as well save some money and go ahead and use that. It's all been pre-cut. It's all, they labeled everything. Each sheet is labeled exactly where it goes. I thought that was pretty awesome. So it's going to be really nice. It's going to be a really nice thing. This here, 8020, that we stopped off in Indiana to pick up. That's my order. About 360 pounds. But a good bit of that, is a pretty good hefty size skid made out of 2x6s. Which that's a pretty hefty duty skid. So most everything in here. Now your cabinets. The cabinets will have wood facing and stuff like that, and shelving. I even went and I drew out scale drawings of all my cabinets, all my drawers, everything have all been drawn out. And I went with an 1.5-inch scale, which left me with an 1/8 inch equals an inch. So that's what this whole drawing here is. So I wanted very precise when I had to order the 8020, as expensive as it was. I didn't want to get, didn't want a lot of waste. So I actually figured out how many pieces I could get out of each bar. Also with, if you see here with my my 1/4 inch plywood and my 1/2 inch plywood. It was all jawed out by the sheet, so I knew exactly how many pieces I could get out each 4x8 foot sheet, which is just something I always like to do. My hobby, you know. I kind of went to school for being an architect and ended up being a iron worker and a commercial landscaper and mower. I mean, you know, life has a funny way of changing what you think you're going to do. So that's a hobby of mine, you know, doing blueprints and drawing things out, which I did for our church and friends of ours who were building projects and stuff. That was always a nice little, you know, ministry to have, to do some drawings for people. It's a little warm in here right now. I don't know if you can see my head, but it's going. I'm planning on 1.5 inches in the walls, 2 inches in the ceiling, and 2 inches up under the floor. Not on top of the floor, up under the floor. That's how we're going to go with that. Right now, hopefully things open up soon. My wife did find a line on some other type of insulation board down in Delaware and in Salisbury, Maryland. It's not as expensive as Owens Corning. It's not for a 2-inch thick sheet. It's $46. Owens Corning's $50. But it also has 13 R value instead of the 10, so we would be upping our R value a good bit, you know, for a cargo trailer conversion, I think. So that's probably the route we're going to go. We go to settlement here on the 17th, and we got to be out of here. So U-Haul is reserved. Electric company's been notified. Nice young couple's buying our home. My wife and I didn't need to live in a 5-bedroom home. You know, just don't want to. We want to downsize and maybe be somewhat minimalist after having all the stuff that God has blessed us with down through the years. You know, maybe not spend so much money on stuff. You know, unfortunately, that's a kind of a trap people get into. But this is all of our old equipment, cyclone rake, you know, you name it, we got it. The homeowners got my 52-inch Skag Rider. I got it, my wife's old, look back here, my wife's old 52-inch walk behind back there in the corner. And then my little dump wagon here, and, you know, all kinds of stuff in here. That's going to the auction house this weekend. Do a final little cleanup in this garage area, but a lot of stuff is being left. A lot of tools is being left for the new owners. They said that take what we want, leave the rest, and they'll take care of cleaning up. But I did clean up upstairs for them a little bit because that was pretty bad up there. Just, you know, I want to leave it to them and them not have too much, you know, hassle. We appreciate them, you know, not insisting that we get everything cleaned out. You know, it's just it's hard on me. I just been recently put out on disability, but we're making it happen. We're getting it done. Thanks to a lot of help from a lot of people, a lot of prayer. But we're living our dream. I know some people aren't happy. You know, some of the kids aren't happy, but you know, this is our time to do all the things that we wanted to do. You know, when you're a parent and you're just starting off and your first child is born and then another child is born, and then next thing you know, you have 4 kids, and the things you have planned for yourself, that gets all put aside, you know, which is fine because we now have 8 grandchildren. One we'll get to see when we get to heaven. It's all worth it. But now, you know, it's time for us to go out and, you know, take all those vacations that we never took over the past 27 years. You know, when you're self-employed, it's work. And when you're involved in church and ministry, you know, that's where your vacation time goes. And we're anxious. We're chomping at the bit. We want to get going. Just a little bit of time left, and then we can get started on here. I got some help down in Delaware. My grandsons are all excited. They my one grandson down there, the oldest one down there, I asked him and his brother if they were going to help me build this trailer, and they said, "Oh yeah, Pop." And the oldest one, he says, "Pop," he says, "you know, I want to learn some things." Well, guess what? That's what Pop-Pops love to hear, you know. And we've been teaching them stuff all their lives, you know. One thing I told them about, you know, Pop-Pop didn't hurt like he did, and they was all upset, and I would tell them, and I told my daughters all growing up, I said, you know, you can't control what life throws at you. I said, but you can control your reaction to it. And guess what? The Lord was with us through the whole thing. Not something that anybody wants to go through. Nobody wants to go through the heartaches of life, but it's part of life. And if you know Jesus, you got the Holy Ghost, and you're not alone. And they give you all you need to do to get through it, right? So, hey, that's what we're looking at. Like to go out on the road and meet people and spend people and maybe show some people, you know, the goodness of God, you know. So hopefully within the next video, we'll be actually maybe getting some work started on this. I thank you all. I hope you all have a blessed day and look forward to getting some more stuff up here for you to watch. Hey, God bless. Take care. We'll see you.